to finish up one tank. So it'll be interesting to see how they use it. And it is going to be Apex on attack first, going straight for the hill with pretty much everything. Photo finish coming in that heavy tank, lagging behind right now. Bishop sitting here looking for the shot. And we'll have to see if he gets the penetration. Meanwhile, the boost going on the 0 line. They do get up there. One shot goes off towards external for 700, but that's it.
772 already coming out, and Akula taking some crew damage as well. Meritorious is spotted out, Bishop as well, and DiNG getting some early damage here, but as we expected, going for a more passive stance, you know, positive, didn't go for all the way on the 9-0 climb. He decided to go behind the rock, which gives him more of a safe angle, if anything, and DiNG's going to be setting up here to defend that 0 line. And Apex, if I remember correctly, they were fans of pushing that 8-9 line at one point.
Well, I like how quickly they're making this rotation. They're like, yeah, we're on the hill. They show everything going to the hill. And before dust even has time to settle, they're already sitting here backing out.
Ooh,
getting
that
ready to
blind
flex
shot,
down
though.
the 1 line.
Photo finish with the big blind shot there. 526 on towards Shockish. I mean, that's a nice shot. He's going to be annoyed about that one. Canadian does take a shot as well, though, and loses his commander at the same time. And Apex, yeah, like you said, pedal all the way down. Full gas coming out from them. Doesn't look like they're about to slow down anytime soon.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they just carry it through. TVP coming in here, they're going to slow up a little bit, but for this to really pay off, I think they need to carry this momentum through quickly and try to isolate Shockish before the rest of the guns are in position to support him. Looking over there, the heavy tank and breakneck and Bishop, I don't think are in position to really punish this 1-line push. As I say that, shot and damage go out constantly, and Apex is just bleeding so much HP right now.
Yeah, Apex already lost so much HP at this point. External is down to 1 shot. Toroma isn't much better himself, and Shocka should be able to play this position with the support he has from his teammates, though. And Apex, this is not great. They have started the cap, but without killing Shockish is not going to end well. Nits, and you can see just how much damage they took in that crossing. Now Doro takes a shot, goes down to a 1 shot. They want to try and kill Shockish, but have to be careful that Nits is now trying as well. Doro goes down here towards Shockish. That's a very important kill already being picked up by DiNG. And now Shockish, he survived for so long. They've done so much damage, and it's not really the start that you were looking for as positive. Nice climbing there. Makes the climb. He's probably going to go fight Canadian Impact 1-on-1 in that tier 9 bad shot.
Yep, and it's actually going to be Nits picking up Shockish in that bat chat. And some damage going out here towards positive as he tries to come up to get Canadian Impact. He should be able to just grind this out. Canadian Impact about to go down. He might get one more shot off, but that's going to be it. He does put positive down to 566. So doing what he can, but Apex are in a pretty big hole right now.
Yeah, that was pretty worth it here for DiNG. I mean, you can already see they're up in HP, and Photo is on the cap indeed, but they still have Bishop in the T49, and that's the strength as Akula takes some more damage as well. Trades with break, but Bishop in the T49, we've seen it so many times as Akula actually goes down. So another kill here going in favor of DiNG, and you can already see that German, that Skoda is taking so much as well. Bishop is lining up the shot. Doesn't seem like he has an angle for now, but still, DiNG firmly ahead in this round, and with that T49, there's no real chance for Photo finish to cap.
Yep, the rotations just took a little bit too long. The rest of DiNG was in position to punish that 1-line cross. I thought they would be a little bit too far back to get those shots consistently, but did they prove me wrong? And they pumped out a lot of damage. Yeah,
Germ there did 2 shots. One towards Maraka, one towards Meritorious. When Meritorious came over and delivered a big one onto Photo finish, who's now getting shot from behind by the bad shots and from the side. He should be going down here any second as well, as he does. And now just 3 tanks left standing for Apex. Europe about to take the first round.
Yep, meanwhile, Hulknick and Bishop pushing in on the red line here, coming in across. They should be able to find Nits, who's a 1-shotter, as well as External. Get 1 shot off there. External will be next.
Yeah, there we go, and DiNG picks it up. The first round wasn't that difficult, it seemed like. Apex tried to keep going quickly, but DiNG had the correct response, that 1-2 line crossing. You just take so much damage away. The position is the Grilla, then Shockish as well, and you could see they lost Dodoma already for that. Nits was pretty much down to a 1-shot as well. External down to a 1-shot. And then Canadian, I mean, positive, showing the climb as well. You know, and they can climb, but so can EU. Positive coming up there, quickly dealing with him, so that was good.
Yep. Overall, you know, I like what Apex went for there. They got really aggressive. They had everything spotted on the hill, and they tried to, you know, rotate out before DiNG really realized what they were doing, or that they were flexing away, or that they had left in general. But it just took a little bit too long. They kind of had to wait for some people to catch up, which stalled them out. And then just the rest of DiNG was just in position ahead of time. You could argue that the blind shot towards Sockish, well, it was a good, you know, early blind shot. That kind of warning that there's guns over there looking there kind of tipped their hand, maybe made them, you know, ready for that one-line push ahead of time.
The thing is, with the position from the grill, Meritorious, he's aiming at the 0 line, obviously, but with Shockish's position, he should spot them 5-6 seconds before they come. He has time to turn around, aim, and always securely land that shot, and you can see 2.2k damage is respectable coming out from that grill, but no real standout performance here. I mean, that it wasn't one player carrying the team forwards. It was just DiNG playing it out solidly as a team, keeping the angles, and you could see the T49, I mean, he probably did around 1k damage, but that was early damage as well, and they had the resets if they needed to.
Yeah, and so well, my point though is, like, I understand the grill is going to be able to switch and get the shot off, but that's one shot for 700. It was the rest of the team that I think was tipped off too early to really be in position to get
They had a guy in K3 the entire time, and I think his only job is to aim on that possibility of the 1-2 line crossing. So, I mean, yes, that blind shot did give it kind of away, but it is a play Apex has gone for before. I mean,
yeah, fair enough, fair enough. So
I saw this before, I think, from them coming out. I think it might have even been at the finals, probably, where they came down 1-2 line.
They ran something similar, but it was a little bit longer of a delay. It was, you know, they kind of kept tanks. They kept getting them procs lit. They tried, because they had control of the 0 line, or there was no one up on the 0 line, so they weren't as worried. I think what happened here was, as soon as they realized they missed the pick onto the 0 line climb, they realized, we can't stay on the hill. We need to go somewhere else.
And they also spotted Meritorious, and they knew that he was going to be behind that rock. We've seen it used multiple times. And there's really no way between him and the T49. You can argue that T49 won't be able to hit a shot, but the grill should always land it.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it just worked out there better for DiNG. However, you know, that's the attacking side for Apex. Now they get to defend. So we'll have to see if they can tie it up 1-1.
Hopefully. I mean, I want a close match. I want DiNG to win, but I want it to be, like, close. I want DiNG to give Apex hope and then shatter their dreams.
Well, the most important thing for everyone here, it's not just 2 wins. We want good tanks action. We want good fights. We want a back and forth series, and that's, you know, what we all want. Looking at the lineups here going into our next round, DiNG, 2 Batchettes, 2 TVPs, a grill, an IS-7, and once again going for the T49. Apex, 3 Batchettes, 2 TVPs, a grill 15, and a T49 of their own. So very similar lineups, a few little changes here.
Yeah, a few little changes here and there.
It's pretty, well, the only real change is IS-7 for DiNG and Apex coming in with another Batchet. I mean, that's the real main difference here between these 2 lineups.
If they do both go aggressive in the middle, it depends on the T49s very much as well, depending who can do the damage. And look at Apex, it doesn't seem like they're going to be going passive.
Yep, they're going straight for the hill. Looks like all of them are going towards the hill, even the grill. We'll have to see, and it's going to be Germ going close. And they're actually taking the back way to get up onto that hill, so they probably won't spot it. And Apex is actually all doing the climb around the bottom side, and they're going to get up there just the same as DiNG do, so that I don't think they realize. And the thing is Apex will actually have 3 tanks up on the hill. Well, DiNG only have 2. Now they should have Shockish up on the 0 line as the trades go out here.
This is the thing though, Positive and Break have a nice crossfire in between them too. You see the positions they've taken, it's passive. If Apex does go for this, then they will lose at least 1 bad shot at the very least. And there's the reinforcements coming in for DiNG. And I think even the grill is climbing.
Yeah, I think the TVP, I think they tried to push the grill up there with the TVP to finish off that boost, because I don't believe the grill can do that climb by himself.
He can actually.
Can he?
Yes.
I have not seen that before. But it doesn't look like he actually got up there.
In return, Bishop taking a big shot there as well. You can see Shockish did take that 0 line, and now the damage is coming in towards Dorama. They are going to go forwards here. They realize they need to make a play again. I don't think they expected the 0 line. They're trying to push around the corner. Maraka is the first focus here. He drops low. Hulklik in return as well, but they lose Dorama first, while External is taking a massive amount of damage. Bishop actually picks that up. Now Maraka should be going down, but again, here, DiNG firmly in the lead.
Just tank after tank going down for Apex. I understand what they're going for. They understand that there's a tank up on the 0 line that, you know, try to push where they have an overmatch, but the problem is is that DiNG is just ready for it. They're set up with the crossfire. You have the grill, the T49, the TVP. They're just able to punish them for making that push so quickly.
Again, Bishop there with a big shot. That's already 2 shots he's landed so far, and now DiNG have the hill control. They even have the lower side, and Apex is pretty much just driving into a crossfire at this point. As we can see, Nitz getting clipped. He will be going down as well, and then it's just photo finish and Akula left standing, and DiNG, they've come in with a vengeance, and it looks like they're about to make it 2-0 here. And Bishop again on that T49, a big shot as Photo is the last one standing. He goes down towards positive. 2-0 for DiNG.
Yeah, very good stuff out of them early. We were sitting there wondering if they were going to start cold because they hadn't played for a while, but that is not the case.
Doesn't look like they're cold so far.
No, not at all. So we'll have to see what happens on our next map, which, if I recall, is Himmelsdorf?
Wasn't it Ghost Town?
Might be Ghost Town. I think it is Ghost Town.
Town.
Yeah, so was DiNG's pick, if I recall, as well.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I wasn't particularly fond of the strats that we saw out of Apex against Dell Gaming, especially with those E100s. It was
DiNG's one was pretty good though when they played their E100 getting on the cap there against B Gaming. Yeah.
A lot of cap pressure, forced them to drive back through guns type thing. Yeah. So I only saw bits and parts of that game. I was off the desk, but it looked like, for the most part, DiNG was pretty firmly in control of the whole series.
I mean, there's no chance for B Gaming on that one whatsoever. I think in this round, I think Bishop did at least 2k damage.
Yep. Oh,
okay, maybe I'm wrong. 1.4, okay.
Not bad. Well, two shots for 700. You know, you could average, if you average.
I thought he did one more, but okay, apparently he did it. 1.4 on T49. It's one of the difference makers, like I said in the beginning, like if you have a T49 that does that damage.
Or it's tier 8 in general, it can pump out that damage. And Breakneck 2600, positive 2200, Hulkneck 21.
Yeah, you can say the T49 is a very big impact tank though, because one shot for 700 to like 1000 can pretty much change an entire engagement. Yeah,
well, and it can also just do enough to start off the engagement in your favor early on. It makes it so much easier for your team to get a pick. You put off one for 700, 800. Now all of a sudden your batch jets only need to fire 3 shots, and whatever they're shooting at is pretty much gone at that point, as opposed to needing to get into second shots through a batch shot or other guns having to come in there. They can put out more damage across the board while taking down a gun. So,
well, James, you better start believing, because it's not looking good for Apex.
We'll have to see. Going into Ghost Town.
I can see your fates slowly slipping.
Well, like I said, I felt that Mines was one map where they needed to get at least a 1-1 to have a chance.
Especially because it was their pick.
Yep, and it's so far not coming through. So now it's going to put a lot of pressure on Ghost Town, you have to think, because if they don't go 2-0 on Ghost Town, they're going to be down 4-0 almost, or 3-1.
I don't think there's a way back from 4-0. It's been very rarely ever done that you go 4-0 down and you recover. It's almost, it's impossible, pretty much impossible.
No, it would be a huge deficit. I think we saw that once this season during North America, was it?
We saw it once in Europe, but that was during the online season where a team went 4-0 up, then came back to 4-4, and then lost the tiebreaker. It was like...
I think we saw one where, I'm trying to remember which match it was. There was one match where it started off with one team winning 1 round, the other team winning 4, and then the other team coming back to win 4 in a row to close it out. 5-4, which that was, I think, the longest streak that we've seen this season.
Well, let's look at the lineups here for Ghost Town. DiNG deciding against a E100, very similar to what they played before. And Apex here, double E100 and artillery as well on the attack.
This lineup, though, 2 bat shots, give them the flexibility and some eyes to counter out.
But how are they going to get the shots for the arty?
Yeah, well, it's with E100s playing that north cap, that's also going to be interesting, because if you try to play the middle cap with those E100s, artillery is a non-factor at that point. So kind of a lot of weird signals coming out of Apex. We'll have to see if they can make it work, but...
It's like they took a little bit of everything. They took a little bit of armor, they took a little bit of speed, and then they took a little bit of alpha, bringing that artillery piece.
Well, and the funny thing here is Apex actually aren't even defending right now.
No, they're attacking with arty.
Yeah, we saw that once out of Eclipse this season, but they got their artillery straight up to B9, A9, A0 up there into that corner to where they could shoot south into the 2 cap while they were getting cap pressure down there, and it worked all right, but the problem was that Apex just pushed right then and there. They only let the arty get off 1 shot and closed it out.
Photo Finish is already in trouble here as Positive is pushing towards him together with Meritorious, I think, and he's getting clipped already. He'll be the first one down. Meritorious picks it up, and just pretty much a free kill here for DiNG.
They traded decently, putting a lot of shots into that 50B, but they weren't able to get the kill. Photo Finish just getting perma-tracked on that corner, used his repair kit, got tracked again by the second 50B. Not really able to be a factor here, but Apex keeping the pressure up. They're actually up on HP right now. Positive's down to a one-shot. Meritorious is also a one-shot, so they could get 2 picks here very quickly.
Yeah, they can, but for now they're holding on, and Break is now playing against External here. External has only 1 more shot available. Break has 3. Won't be enough to kill him. External actually bounces, and here comes the push from DiNG. They lose Positive though, but they try to make the overmatch here. Dorama comes around the corner, lands the shot as well, and now Canadian from the side is landing the shots, and it's looking good for Apex here. They lose Nit, but they still have Dorama alive as Maraka goes down, and I think this is looking good for Apex.
Yep, they just need to close it out. They need to get another tank or 2 down here to be comfortable. They did get both the 50Bs down, so they're in a decent position as far as that goes. However, they really need to make sure they can get these Batchats on the outside involved in this fight going on. Dodoma and Akula are going to be focused out here pretty soon. Akula's just going to push through, try to find Hulknik in that T10. 1 more shot, he will go down. Needs to make sure that counts. So that's decent. They're down on HP now, though. And
Shokesh, though, in that FE215B still has a lot left, and that could be a game changer. I don't know what Germ has been able to do so far. External picks up Meritorious, and now Akula is pushing forwards as well, trying to make a difference. He goes down a little bit over an overextension there. Now a 3v3, but to keep in mind, Apex is playing with that artillery piece, and he could be a non-factor in this fight.
Yep, he gets the first shot off towards Breakneck. Looking for the finish, and Germ takes out Bishop in that tier 9 Batchat. But down goes External. And now it's just down to Canadian Impact, who's a one-shotter, and then Artillery. Now, Canadian Impact does get Breakneck.
But Shokesh is still defending, though, in the FE215B, and he knows where Artie is. He's going to try and pick up Canadian. 4 shots available. Shokesh has to play this very smart here, trying to play between Artie and the Batchat. If he goes for the Artie, then the Batchat will obviously shoot him in the back, and there's still the potential of a shotgun here for the Artie. Shokesh comes over. He's going to try and take down Germ, who's still on reload. He actually picks him up.
He doesn't get the shot. No track shot comes out of Canadian Impact. 70 HP in a Dream is all that is left. 2,000 HP left alive for Sakis in that 215B.
Yeah, I feel like he has a little bit of too much HP. Canadian pretty much needs a full clip on him and then some more. I mean, he needs to land every single shot and then more. Shokesh in the FE215B obviously just has to get close, and Canadian might be capping here, but that's not the way towards to win this game, because Shokesh will just get close and close the distance, get in his face, and where is Canadian going to go then?
Yep, and it looks like Canadian Impact is actually going to leave the cap and flex around. His only option is he needs some sort of perma-track at a great angle where he can just empty his whole clip and maybe run away, because unless he rolls insanely high on multiple shots, he's not finishing them off right now.
Ooh, but this timing, though, look at Canadian. He's going to cross right before Shokesh actually crosses that gap as well. And I mean, he needs a few free shots pretty much without Shokesh being able to return anything, but he needs the correct position for that. If he doesn't, and Shokesh is able to close him in that location, then it becomes bad for Canadian again.
Yeah, but that 215B is so accurate, though, that, you know, even a snapshot or just a, you know, quick auto-aim shot across the map, you know, that 215B is likely to land it. And that Batchat doesn't have a whole lot of armor. Doesn't stop it from bouncing shots, apparently, but
this timing between Shokesh and Canadian Impact is pretty insane at this point, as they've passed between each other twice already. Now Canadian does spot out Shokesh. Shokesh will realize Canadian is spotted as well. So this is not the best engagement here. Shokesh is obviously not going to take it, as he is defending. He does not need to make that peak.
Knocks the tree over. I don't know if he saw that or not.
This position is great for Shokesh, though, because Canadian needs to peek a corner where he most likely can't run away from anymore.
Now here's the thing, is playing on the backside of this slope, if a Canadian Impact comes around this corner and gets the track on him with the back of his tank down there, I don't know that he'll have the gun depression, but doesn't matter. He rolls forward, gets the snapshot. Like I said, his turret hadn't even finished settling yet and got the shot off, so.
I didn't need that gun depression after all. It's now DiNG 3-2-0, and I really thought I was looking good for Apex, but
well, they pushed in when they realized those 250Bs could go down quickly, but the problem was, you know, having those autoloaders coming in left alive. They got the 50Bs down, but everything left alive for DiNG was consistent fire for the most part. So
they ignored the FE215B, and he just DPM'd them.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of interested to see how much damage he put off, because between those E100s and the T57s, I think he just kept his gun firing.
I don't even know how Akula went down, because he peaked at one point, and pretty much go kill it.
Well, he lost a lot of HP at a couple different points. Pushing onto that T10, he bled a couple shots of HP, and then after he fired all those, they knew it was empty, so that's when they kind of pushed into him. And look at this, almost 4,000 damage out of the 215B. And then the next best from either team is Nits in the E100, only doing 3 shots of damage, which, you know, and that's not even really rolling. That's just slightly above average out of those 3 shots. So interesting, but you know, looking down, Meritorious coming in there in that 50B at 2,200, and that's kind of surprising, seeing as how quickly those 50Bs went down. The fact that he was able to get through into that second clip and still get some damage off is...
The big change here, though, is the fact that Photo Finish did not get more than 1 shot out, pretty much, and if he got maybe 1-2, well, Bishop was 1.1, if 1.1k damage, if Photo did the same, then there's a chance there, but he really got surprised by the play from DiNG pushing 250Bs through that second base. They did not expect that, and I mean, it is risky playing against E100s like that.
Well, it was great coordination there, and that from those 50Bs to get him perma-tracked, you know, a little bit, unfortunately, he wasn't able to repair and back out soon enough, but the second he hit that repair kit and that second 50B was ready to...
He couldn't do anything at that point. They got into his side, like, realistically no chance for him, even if he has 2 repair kits. They just track him, they keep tracking him, they just keep shooting the track wheel, and he goes down. Yep,
so just a little bit unfortunate. Now it's 3-0 in favor of DiNG. Apex really need to get something going here. You know, they need to win this round to have any sort of a dream left. Because if it goes 4-0 and it goes into our 3rd map, I just don't see any way back for Apex at that point.
Yeah, we talked about it 4-0 as we both agree that there's probably no way to recover from that one.
Even 3-1 against DiNG is still a tall task. You know, at this point it needed to be, you know, 2-1 or 2-2 for Apex to have a shot. And looking at the lineups going into this next round, the E100s...
This I like from Apex. 3 T57 heavies, 2 Tier 9 batch. That's 2 E100s. That's a nice lineup. I like it.
Yep, well, it gives them a lot of burst. Those T57s have, you know, the highest DPM of any of the Tier 10 heavy tanks.
And they bounce so much now.
Yep, just when they got the HD model upgrade, they the turret armor can be quite ridiculous at some point. You know, you expect to get a shot to go through and it bounces off and you're just sitting there frustrated like that should be a penning shot.
I used to pen these all the time and now they don't work anymore, but here Apex going slightly aggressive. I'd say they could continue pushing if they do feel like that. German Bishop spotting each other out and first spots here being made. Now, do we expect Apex to keep going or we think they're just gonna wait?
Looking at it, they may just push straight through across the B line there and maybe try to catch out DiNG here. What we saw Apex do during the North American finals, they pushed a lot of tanks down to that D4 corner, or D7 corner, excuse me, at the same time as some bat chats came around on the C line and they just created a brutal crossfire on that whole little section right there. However, it looks like they're more worried about the cap. They're just going to slow play it. Positive in that, or not positive, but Bishop in that bat chat should be pretty easily penned, especially by the E100s, or, you know, he's a big enough tank that if they fire HE shells, he should be able to splash them.
Nice shot already from Positive, and E100 missing there with HE does not connect the shot. Positive here doesn't connect the second, and we can see in the background a big shot being taken by Meritorious. He seems to be a little bit in the open as now the 57 start unloading onto him. They need to start penetrating their shots though, as he will quickly go down against the strength of the T57 heavies. Meritorious down.
Caps at 10 seconds. They need to find that reset already. That's up to these E100s. There it comes. The HE penetration into that bat chat for 1,000 damage. Now Apex are in a decent position once again.
Apex in a decent position indeed, but they need to keep up the pressure here. Now Positive is playing on their Hulknik, picks up Dodoma. Canadian went down in the meantime as well. They need to make sure they keep the gun in the game because they just lost a ton of HP. Now German's pushing forwards as well, and Positive, he's doing great from that position, and they really need to deal with him.
Yep, it should be able to finish off Germ here, but Bishop's also a one-shotter, and all these guns are rolling around. A bounce shot onto that 113, bunch of penetrating shots. He's down to 600, 200, and he goes down.
He goes down indeed, and Apex still with the HP lead here. They are still 1 gun down, and Bishop is doing great from there. Needs somebody to finish him out, but they still have 2 E100s left. Shokish has a lot of the HP here for DiNG as well, to keep that in mind. Photo finish. Needs 1 more shot to finish off a target, and he's getting clipped by Hulknik, and look how much damage he took for that exchange. And again, Apex here making slight mistakes. Akula is now on reload as well, and Breaker and Marakar will realize this and make the play forwards, and they need help now. Photo finish does pick up Bishop, but now Akula needs help.
Yep, and the Batchat's going to push around, but this 57's fully loaded, pumping out a lot of shots. He's down to a one-shotter. Looks like he bounced, or the last one fizzed out in his tracks.
Yeah, he did connect that last shot, and that's very crucial here as Break pretty much get a free clip into the back of the D100 of Nits. That's going to bite them really badly. Maraka now goes down towards Sakula, but still 3 tanks left standing for DiNG, and now Hooknik came off reload as well. Shokish pushing forwards into the E100, and he delivers a big shot onto Akula. And again, slight mistakes here, costing Apex dearly.
Yep, and it looks like he's just going to head over towards Corpse, maybe try to stay safe from that E100. Photo finish, looking for a shot into the back of this E100 here. However, the 50B is closing in the north. He should come off his reload here pretty soon. And the E100 of Photo fires at Hulknik, tries to snap it off, misses. And that, sadly, is going to make it 4-0 in favor of DiNG.
4-0 here for DiNG, indeed. And I'm going to call Ryan and tell him to get the tissues ready because dreams are about to be crushed.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You have another chance in the next time, Ice. Don't worry.
Yeah, Eclipse is still around. We'll have to see how they fare versus Kazna crew. However, just Apex just not able to get into this fight.
Slight mistakes here, really costing them dearly. I don't know who was the 57. One of the 57s bounced. Well, not bounced. Heat into the track.
Tracks, yeah.
Heat into the tracks of the batch that didn't kill him, and Break pretty much got a free clip onto the back of the 100 for that.
That's one of the largest reasons why we haven't seen a T57 until recently. The only 2 reasons we started seeing it is because, well, only one reason really is the HD model that I got that we were talking about to bounces a bit more. But overall, before, we didn't really see it because it's pretty slow for a heavy tank, doesn't have the speed of the 50B, and it has heat shells, so it can't fire through objects, fences, and whatnot, and has the problem of fizzing out on tracks and spaced armor. Looking at it,
Hulknik.
4,200 damage, not bad
like
there.
Every round that it's closed, there has been a player from DiNG that has stepped it up more than a player coming out from Apex. I mean, we had Shokish 4K damage, now Hulknik 4K damage as well. It's like, individually, DiNG seems to be excelling compared to Apex. I mean, they haven't had that performance where one of them wins this kind of round for them.
Yep, and Dodoma only got off, he got off 4 shots, but he only penned 2 of them, so only able to do 700 damage, and that could have been the difference right then and there. That could have been multiple tanks dead for DiNG, and that could have been Apex still cleaning it out, but it's not that it was one player's fault, but just a lot of individual mistakes throughout. Small
mistakes really costing them. I mean, they had a nice advantage in this round. It just took them too long to finish off kills, and then photo finish peeking behind that hold down position as well, getting tracked by Hulknik. Hulknik then getting a free clip into him. It's all those kind of things that realistically shouldn't happen, but do.
Exactly. So, sometimes it's just how it goes. RNG, you're aiming at the bat shot, you're aiming where you should, but shell goes a little bit low. It hits the tracks, fizzes out, doesn't do damage.
I mean, to be fair, that HE pen onto Bishop, that also changed the round.
Yeah, that was also. It wasn't just a reset, but that almost completely took that bat shot out. Okay, and penetrating the turret too also could have ammo racked, because once you penetrate, that's the full damage of the HE shell, and that would have been more than enough to detonate that ammo rack if it had hit it.
That was an insane shot, but now Apex, I mean, honestly, there's always a potential here, but Prokhorovka, DiNG attacking, I mean, that's the saving grace for Apex. They're defending. Yep, and
Apex coming in with 4 bat chats, an IS-7, an RU-251, and an Object 140. Meanwhile, DiNG, 3 bat chats, an Object 140, an IS-7, a Grill 15, and an RU-251.
Yeah, indeed. And now Apex, they want to pick up at least a few rounds here. I mean, even if they don't win, they want to make it closer than nobody wants to lose 5-0.
Yep, exactly. No, I can't agree more. They want to try to, get something on the board, but so far they just haven't, they've had a couple of close games, but just not able to finish anything out.
They have been close, yes, exactly, but they need like this 5 to 10% more, pretty much. I mean, it's a cliche to say it like that, but 5–10% more, and they would have possibly won those 2 rounds, and it'd be 2-2 at this point.
Yep, and a very interesting setup here out of DiNG. Just tanks going every which way. You have tanks going towards the hill, you have the IS-7 coming up the middle, and you have tanks going down the 1 line. It's just the most bizarre split.
Covering all bases, pretty much. DiNG is kind of spread out, play the position until they realize where the opening is. They have enough information. Maraka here versus photo finish. I don't think there's any winners in this matchup between IS-7s. Probably going to see some HE at some point.
Yep, absolutely. positive just on the top of the hill here, rocking back and forth, trying to see if he gets spotted by anything coming over the top of the hill here. So often we see the scouts kind of rotate through the middle, and then once they realize either there's tanks there or whatnot, they go over to check the 9-0 to see if they can kind of close that off. So maybe hoping that Germ is going to make that rotation, or maybe even one of the bat shots, but not going to be that lucky.
Indeed, and just depends on when DiNG decides to have enough information to make a play here. I mean, Marakar did take a shot, and did he get pinned by a photo finish? No, not by a photo finish, because he has 0 damage. Must have been somebody else that got a shot onto Marakar.
Apex just holding firm with their defense right now, and look at this push up along the red line right now. Literally on top of the red line, moving down there on the high ground, trying to find shots down the one line. You have to wonder if they get far enough down. Oh, Bishop's actually going to go down there. He should find Germ here in a second. Germ's actually kind of in the low ground a little bit. I don't know how much vision he actually has on that one line from that position.
Not that much, I think, but Bishop did get spotted, which will make him more cautious about moving forwards. Obviously, getting spotted, he realizes the RU-251 is in the vicinity, so if he didn't get spotted there, he probably would have went super aggressive and spotted out Germ. But the thing is as well, with being so low, not sure if DiNG would have been able to trade him instantly. I mean, if he dips down, it'd be hard to hit him.
Yep, absolutely. And you kind of have to wonder, you know, what sort of angles are DiNG going to have towards that A2 pocket? Because it looks like they're either blind firing it, or they might be setting up to blind fire. Either that, or Bishop's going to work down here, down this one line. He does get spotted. Now the guns aren't opening up. Now they do. The Batshot's firing, puts him down to 444, 81. Can't they find the kill shot? 81 HP is all that he has left, trying to get out of there.
Nope, not for now. At least he survives. But they do not realize Germ was that low as he tried to clear the upper bushes. Well, he was in the lower ones, so a stroke of fortune here for Apex that DiNG thinks that he was in the E1 bushes, but he was not.
Yeah, extremely lucky that he still gets out of there with 81 HP. But now look at this, the rotation out of Apex. They shot all their shots down there, and now they're rotating out towards the 8-9 line. Now this could be a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe hoping to catch DiNG out.
I mean, it could be a good thing. Take the advantage you got and get out again, because, you know, they got at least Bishop down to 81 HP, so that might help them later in the game. And now, if they're feeling brave, oh, they actually found Positive. Positive went down there by himself, and I think he will be falling.
This rotation just paid off for him. They should be able to finish him off, and that is a tier 10 tank alive for Apex. Now, the problem is that they've had advantages all through this match, but they constantly throw it away, so we have to see if they can finally capitalize on it. They get another shot off towards Breakneck from Germ sitting back down there in the south.
Yeah, but Breakneck is going to go full aggressive here as he knows he needs to make a play for his team to even it up again. He's going for photo finish. That IS-7 caught out, but the damage he's taken for it is substantial. Shokish does pick it up from the back in the grill, so not all is lost here for DiNG, but they have not traded well.
Yep, and Apex are up by about 2,000 HP. The same amount they were up by roughly on Ghost Town before they ended up losing that round. So it's not over yet, but the Batjats are just going to go up and over. They're going to go for the jugular, try to take out Breakneck real quickly here. Turn the focus to that IS-7. They need to be quick with taking him out. Need to get into their second clips, run away, try to get some space, but just so much damage going out as they take down that Object 140 from Apex.
Yeah, they are still very firmly ahead, though. 1.5 HP, a little bit more now, and 5 guns in the game versus merely 3 coming out from DiNG. And one of those is Shokish, full HP, sitting in the back. Obviously, that grill, not the greatest factor into this round, and now he's getting shot as well. And it does look like Apex, they're not about to go down for free here. I mean, they want to make it closer than 5-0, so they're probably going to pick up this round at the very least.
Yeah, but Germ actually goes down, and now Shokus is in a decent position to put off shots towards Akula and that girl 15.
Let's see if Shokish can get a shot here. I mean, Akula will be playing on the turret, trying to make a play over there, and if he takes down the bat shot, then Akula will peek over and shoot Shokish in return. Meritorious here playing as the bat shot, and Dodoma actually picks it up, so it will just be Shokish and Bishop standing, and between the two of them, I don't think it's possible.
Yep, earlier in the day I kind of criticized Apex for, you know, having an advantage and just dropping off and not really going for it. And they also at the same point did that very thing early in the day versus Cosmic Crew. It was towards the later where they kind of didn't recognize necessarily the advantage they had, or when they did, they just decided to be more cautious. In this case, they recognized the advantage. They understood they had, you know, taken out a tank. They understood the autoloaders had just dumped into that IS-7. So as soon as they were loaded, they went up and over, and they were able to capitalize on it. Got the Batchat and the IS-7 down for free and reestablished what little map control they could, and it
rotation
paid out for them.
was on point, and the DiNG did not seem to expect 4 Batchats crossing over the A-line and positive. Well, let's just say he got caught up pretty badly. I mean, it's okay for DiNG though, as they are still on match point. I mean, Apex would have to win 4 more in a row, but the rotations here from Apex were on point. Coming back over, they knew that DiNG had expended a lot of their shells onto photo finish. Breakneck was on reload, and they knew they could make kills as well, but Marakar being at the rails and Breakneck as well, so that's good play. Yep,
no, overall, I like the decision making there. I was kind of puzzled by the rotation. I kind of can see what they were going for. I also felt the DiNG may have recognized that they were rotating too soon, maybe catch them as they rotated, or re-put that pressure down that one line, but they did it quickly enough and got out of there without being spotted, so it paid off. Definitely could have been a little bit risky, but look at how much damage Akula managed to pump out there in that 140. He was sitting back there, down there on the south or the north end of the rails for a large portion of the game, but was able to keep his gun firing and really came up there. Dodoma also getting in some damage, but then looking down here positive in that Batchat, 2 shots fired, no connections, just got caught with his pants down, basically.
Photo not having a great series here either in his IS-7. I mean, kind of left him for dead. It's like, Photo, just hold on as long as you can.
Yeah, well, it's multiple times that Photo has just been beaten up on today. Typically, he's the the heavy tank player that does all the dirty work, and he does a pretty good job on it normally. Stays alive for a long time and pumps out pretty consistent damage. Has the nickname the Jamaican Sniper that we've kind of given him just because he constantly is just coming in clutch in those heavy tanks. But so far tonight, just not really able to get into fights. Got perma-tracked on that map on Ghost Town, and then right now just kind of got left out by the rest of his team. Just like, there ain't a whole lot we can do for you, bud. We're gonna go kill this guy. Yeah. They spot us all, and sorry, just do what you can. Slow it down.
Desperately spamming F7. Help. His team's like, nah.
Nah, man, nah. Which you gotta argue though, them wasting all those shots on the Photo and putting in a push. That's what gave Apex the win, and I do like the fact that they capitalized on him going down. So they couldn't really do anything to save him, but they made sure that he got traded out fairly and quickly, and that's basically what won the game there for Apex. However, looking at it now, Apex have to attack, deciding to bring 3 Batchats, an IS-7, an RU-251, an STB, and an Object 140. Meanwhile, DiNG, 3 Batchats, an E5, an IS-7, an STB, and an RU-251.
This seems, we've seen this before from DiNG, it's fair to say. It's about the 3rd time they're playing this today. And let's see if they go for the same start here as we saw them last time. E5 towards the 3 line, and then the I-7 towards the 6 line. And yep, it does look like the standard start here coming out from DiNG.
Yep, positive, and Hopenet pushing out towards that 1 line. Bishop just out in front slightly. Expect to see him get very aggressive there. Meanwhile, a couple of tanks going towards the 0 line for Apex, but leaving a lot of tanks in the middle. STB, the 140, the IS-7, and they have 1 Batchat of Dodoma in the low ground at J3. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if he just gets passive in the bush or if he gets kind of aggressive here trying to find shots. You have to wonder about him being isolated if he stays out there too long, or if DiNG pushed down that 1 line aggressively. It'd be a little bit risky, but would not be on the realm of possibility.
Indeed, and that was already a nice shot there onto Meritorious on that E5 from Akula. Any damage really helps, and Marakar takes a big shot there as well, but Germ takes one in return. A tier 8 light, obviously though expendable here, and DiNG already rotating, kind of seeming aware of the possibility here for Apex to make a rails play.
Yep, no, I really hope that Apex doesn't go for this cross at A6. They're all stacked up here, and I'm really hoping it's to make a play across the 6th line directly where this I-7 is and get aggressive. If they try to make this cross, there's too many guns looking at it, and they do, and they actually get across not unpunished. Nit's taking a shot, but a little bit lucky there, but I think the I-7...
Eclipse.
Yeah, I think the I-7 was just a little bit too passive there. He didn't spot them pushing over, and it was after they had crossed when he got spotted, and they got off 1 shot. It could have been worse.
That's Marakar versus photo finish here. Marakar, big shot onto the side of that IS-7, who's also having to deal with those bad shots from A6. We've seen this when Eclipse tried to do a similar thing. Marakar might be able to get a 2nd shot here. Let's see if he can do it. Yes, a nice shot, setting on fire as well. Lucky photo finish. And does have a fire extinguisher available.
Yep, he's going to push around. He should find a second shot on a photo finish here before long. Now, what Apex are going to do next, I don't know. They're stacking up near cap. They're spread out, but Nitz is caught out in the open in that STB. Some shots from the hills, keeping him alive, putting on a lot of damage towards that S7. Nitz takes another shot. He is down to 4 HP, and he actually does go down to breakneck in that STB up in the north.
Yeah, HPs are very even here, but gun in the game for the finish is almost dead as well, and that's a big advantage for DiNG here. Playing the rails, both teams trying to do what they can from under it, trying to survive as long as they can. Trading here, not the best thing for Germ. That RU251 is obviously not going to do as much damage as a bad shot, but now you can see the rotations coming out here from Apex, and they really need to make a play.
Yeah, the rotation needs to come out sooner rather than later because they cannot hold on to this for forever. These tanks will go down. The Batchat's actually just going to come over and put a shot into Germ. The STB will be next. And now it's just down to Canadian Impact. Now, he does have the corpse from Germ, so he may be able to stay alive for a little bit, but the tank all the way in the north of Shockish pushes over and finishes him off. Yeah, indeed. We just left 3 tanks left standing here for Apex. It looks like DiNG is about to finish it a little bit longer than a 5-0, but with 2 tanks left standing. Dodoma and External, the last hope here for Apex for survival, but there's just 6 tanks left standing for DiNG. Dodoma goes down. External will be soon to follow, and DiNG, very strong showing here against the North American Seed 1. They are still undefeated in this tournament, and unless External kills all of them, I don't think that's about to change here. Positive comes in for the Ram. Shockish picks it up. There will be DiNG 5-1, putting themselves in the finals over Apex, securing themselves in the Champions Rumble. They're going